All right, week 12, college football breakdown here. We got a sneaky good battle here in the SEC to start the day. Florida traveling to Vanderbilt and taking on the Commodores the week after they knocked off Kentucky in Lexington. So Vandy obviously coming off a big win. Florida's playing well at the moment. Still seeing the Gators as a 14-point road favorite. And this is pretty standard total as well at 57. I'm going to get into the side aspect of things in a sec, but I've already made a play on this game. Over 57 is an official one-unit play for me. We'll start with Florida. I know Anthony Richardson hasn't been the most consistent passer this year. With that said, this is an offense that's clicking on all cylinders right now. I mean, we saw them a few weeks ago in their last road game, put up 41 against Texas A&M in College Station. That carried over into last week, put up 38 against South Carolina. This is a bad Vanderbilt defense. Let's call what it is. They don't have one matchup advantage in this game. They've given up 50 or more on 3 separate occasions in SEC play. So the reason I think that Florida's success is repeatable is because it's rooted in their ground game. They've got their offensive line has played very, very well this year. They got 2 separate running backs that are both very explosive, ETN and then obviously Montrell Johnson. And, we know Anthony Richardson, huge home run hitting threat in the ground game. So when you can win up front, and I know you can establish the run, I think that's going to open up a lot of opportunities for Florida's offense in this one. They've been on a roll. I think that carries over into this game. With that being said, I actually like how Vanderbilt's offense is going to match up with Florida's defense. I think Florida's secondary, aside from the LSU game, really has been mostly solid this year, but I really don't like the way they stack up against the run. I mean, look at Vanderbilt last week. People are going to look at that and say, oh, something seismic must have happened for Vanderbilt to beat Kentucky. No, Vanderbilt outgained Kentucky by well over 100 yards. They ran the ball for over 260 yards on a pretty solid Kentucky run defense. Ray Davis, their running back-to-back 100-yard games. More than likely going to be Mike Wright at quarterback for Vanderbilt. Don't know why you'd move away from him after he led you to a win last week. Like Richardson, he's limited as a passer, but another huge home run hitting threat in the ground game. He's over 8 yards per carry on the ground this year. I know Florida's defense held South Carolina to just 6 points last week. If you follow South Carolina and Marcus Satterfield, their offensive coordinator, I think that has a lot more to say about South Carolina than it does Florida's defense all of a sudden becoming good. Let's not forget, this is a Florida defense that allowed over 400 yards to South Florida, over 500 yards to LSU. Hell, even Texas A&M, led by Haynes King, put up 24 in the first half against this unit. I'm not really sold on Florida's defense, and specifically going up against the run, against a pretty hot Vanderbilt rushing attack. I think Vanderbilt can get into the mid to upper 20s here. I see this as more of a 38-27 kind of game. I couldn't take the points with Vanderbilt just because I have no trust in their defense going up against any offense with a pulse. But seeing this total of 57, I think it's too low. I think this game gets played out in the mid-60s. I know pace is not exactly on our side, but both of these teams can create explosive plays on the ground with their running backs, with their quarterbacks. And when you can do that, that's going to open up that other element of the deep passing game as well. The holidays are here. Head over to proud90.com and check out their holiday selection. Still over a month till Christmas, so plenty of time to get yourself, a friend, a family member, some unique but very comfortable golf apparel. Weather's obviously getting colder too. Proud 90's got a great selection of hoodies and quarter zips as well. We're all doing a lot of Christmas shopping. Save yourself some money. Use code Fordham at checkout for 15% off your order. The rest of the information will be in the description below.